I'm so high with no edibles. You ask how does it feel? It's incredible. And now I'm standing on my pedestal. Y'all got no morals, y'all unethical. I'm so high with no edibles. You ask how does it feel? It's incredible. And now I'm standing on my pedestal. Y'all got no morals, y'all unethical. I got a baby face, call it.
What's going on, y'all? This is Terrance, and welcome you to another edition of Terrance Hill TV, presented to you by WTV. Today, we're here to react to some wisdom given out by 50 Cent that I think that we can all apply to our lives. Before we get into this quote and from everything that 50 was talking about, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Also, hit that notification bell as well. But yeah, I want to talk about what 50 Cent was talking about. I think is something that is very important. I think it's something that we all can apply to our lives. And one thing that I've always respected about Curtis, or 50, I should say, is his knowledge, his insight, that the game that he gives out, and really just kind of always using him as like a blueprint for my own personal life, where a lot of things that he accomplished in business, things he did, not only just in the music world, but getting endorsement deals with all types of companies. So a lot of people may not remember this. I remember when Power, the television show, came out, awesome, classic show. However, he had a fragrance called Power at one point, which I probably have that cologne around somewhere. He had that. He had a energy drink. He had the headphones. I mean, go on and on as far as his portfolio and things that he's accomplished in business. So let's kind of get into what 50 was talking about. And again, I think this is something that we all can apply to our everyday life.
Surprisingly, the greatest expense. I bought a lot of luxury items over the years, more watches and chains than I can count, enough Lamborghinis, Rolls Royces, Maseratis, and Ferraris to fill up a parking garage, and one of the most opulent mansions in America.
He's talking about Mike Tyson's old home. I think he bought that home for $3 million, if I'm not mistaken. When he went out and did his first tour for Get Rich or Die Trying, he made $38 million. So he bought that home for Mike Tyson at the time.
But easily the most expensive thing I spend is time.
And that's what I want to focus on. Time. Time is something that we cannot get back. Time is a precious commodity.
I've taken chains back to my jeweler, most of them actually. I once even returned a Ferrari because I couldn't figure out how to start it. And yes, I did sell that mansion.
Yeah, and it took him forever to sell that mansion, by the way, because the maintenance to keep that, the staff you got to have to deal with a property that huge, and then at the end of the day, it's just you. What are you going to have all these bedrooms for, and multiple bathrooms, and the club, and all these types of things? So I can understand why he made the decision to sell the home.
I don't have a receipt that can get me back the time I've put into something. That's why you have to place a premium value on how you spend the limited time you have.
And again, very important that the limited time that we have, because we all know that tomorrow is not promised. And I've also heard someone made a quote one time saying that time is a precious commodity, because we often look at commodities like gold, orange juice, things that own the actual stock market, but actually time is the most precious commodity that we have, and how we spend that time and what we choose to do with it is very, very important.
The person who really drove that lesson home for me was Eminem. Many years ago, I was hanging out with them in the studio, and I started thinking about putting together a massive world tour. It could be me, you, Dr. Dre, and Snoop, I told him. That show would sell out stadiums all over the world. There's nobody who wouldn't want to see that show. Even as I was pitching it to M, I could see the stadiums filled with excited fans. I could see millions of dollars going into each of our bank accounts. It was like a dream sequence in my mind. "M, we need to do this," I shouted, almost jumping out of my seat. M heard me out and said, "Man, this sounds great. It sounds really amazing, but I don't want to do it." His answer didn't register with me. Did he just say that we're not going to go get that money? That couldn't be right. "Why not?" I asked incredulously. "Because I don't want to go on tour for months, then come home and Haley's grown," he explained, referring to his daughter.
So you see that, and that's one of the things I've always respected about M, that he's not always so money driven, that the things that are important are important. I found that, in my own personal life, that a lot of times making good decisions were very important for me. And sometimes making those decisions were not easy to make those decisions, but a lot of good came out of it. Case in example, I was in Korea. I was over there, I had an opportunity, and something just didn't feel right. So I ended up turning down the job. Got kind of rude, at the table with the lady. That's probably like the most bold I ever been before. We sacrificed everything that we had to move over there, only to have the promise that was made to us not actually be upheld. So I definitely just felt like, hey, getting out of there was the best decision for me, and doing so ended up being the best decision that I could have made, because I left probably like 2 months before COVID hit, and then just a chain of things happened in my life that I had no idea was gonna happen. Case in point, my father passed away, and a lot of other stuff that came along with that would have been a disaster had I been out of the country at the time. So making that decision was the best decision for me, and I had a lot of great things happen for me. 2021, late 2020, 2021. So those other opportunities that came my way would not have happened if I did not listen to my gut instinct to turn down that opportunity to be in Korea and to go along with, what I felt to be the right thing.
Did he just say that we're not going to go get that money? That couldn't be right. Why not? I asked incredulously. Because I don't want to go on tour for months, then come home and Haley's grown, he explained, referring to his daughter. In that moment, I didn't understand where Em was coming from. I couldn't get past what I viewed as a missed opportunity. But over time, I come to understand M's perspective better. Yes, it's always nice to pick up a check, but a check is never more important than an experience you value.
And that's so important that, yes, money is something that we all have, something that we need to have. But at the same token, what about experiences that we value? And some people don't, some people just don't care about quality time. Some people just don't care about experiences. Some people only want to focus on the financial aspect. I know a lot of opportunities that I've turned down, even my years working for the company that I worked for. I had a lot of opportunities to go other places and make more money. I had a lot of opportunities to do some things, even in ministry. I had like opportunities to do stuff, because most of my career I worked for a ministry. I had other opportunities come along where people wanted me to do something that wasn't in my heart to do. So you have to kind of go along with what you feel is the right thing. And I definitely value the decisions that I made, because it's not good to have people try to put you in a box, put their labels on you, and have people try to get you to do something that you know in your heart is not something that is aligned with your purpose. So I think your purpose is very, very important, and I definitely appreciate the wisdom that 50 learned from this whole thing. That yes, money is important, but what about the experiences that you value? So I agree.
Granted, M had the luxury of already having made tens of millions of dollars. He didn't have to worry about financially supporting Haley. He was good on that count. He just needed to focus on emotional support. But I believe M would have made the same decision even if he was still broke and living on 8 Mile Road in Detroit.
Yeah, I just wanted to kind of focus on some of this wisdom that 50 Cent was giving out here. I really appreciate it. I really think that we all can learn from that time is very, very important. And before we get out of here, for those of you that want to follow me on all the social media sites, you can find me on Instagram at Terrance Hill the Great, like Terrance Hill on Facebook, Snapchat T Hill the Great, X formerly known as Twitter, I'm in the Hills, TikTok Elevate with Terrance. And for those that want to support our efforts over here, the Cash App is Terrance Hill Music. Again, Terrance Hill Music. And I have two websites, www.doubleetv.com. Again, www.doubleetv.com. That's two E's. That stands for Epic Elevate the Vision. and terrancehill.com as well. Be sure to link up with me on other social media sites. And I appreciate you guys for tuning into another episode of Terrance Hill TV. Again, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell as well to be notified whenever new content is uploaded. Be sure to leave a comment in the comment section. Give your thoughts on how you value time and what you value as far as sentimental moments and sentimental things. I definitely love to hear your feedback and hear your thoughts and opinions on this particular subject as well. And lastly, those of you that want to donate to our efforts over here, the Cash App is Terrance Hill Music. Again, the Cash App is Terrance Hill Music. And I will see you guys next time. Take care.
I'm so high with no edibles. You ask how does it feel? It's incredible. And now I'm standing on my pedestal. Y'all got no morals, y'all unethical. I'm so high with no edibles. You ask how does it feel? It's incredible. And now I'm standing on my pedestal. Y'all got no morals, y'all unethical. I got a baby face, call it whip.